Journaling is a nice habit to have. It helps with gathering your many thoughts and putting them on paper. It helps to simplify between useful and excessive thoughts, like knowing the next priority, for example. What is most valuable about the habit is how relaxed I feel. But before knowing about it, I would find myself puzzled by my own thoughts. Not having specific people to talk to made things worse. I would be stuck, as I would feel overwhelmed and anxious about my own thoughts. Journaling has been a hobby or habit I discovered about 3 years ago. So 4 years ago, if a friend were to ask me, do I journal? I would say no, because I would quickly associate it with a diary. However, it is not a diary. So what is a journal? Well, according to the description, you can say that both terms are synonymous to each other, but journaling can really be anything. So there are different types of journaling. So a list of the common types of journaling is personal journaling. If there's somebody out there who's gonna be like, diary and journaling is the same thing, well, in that case, it is one thing. A different type of journaling can be reflective journaling, which is the one that I usually do. I like understanding my actions. How do I feel about it? How does the other person feel about it? Then there's bullet journaling. Bullet journaling, guys, I won't lie, I don't understand how that one works. There's stream of conscious journaling. Stream of conscious journaling is basically, you write what you are thinking. There's another way for you to be creative with your journals, because there's a whole list, guys. Like, you can search about it, and it's quite interesting how you can make a journal about, your food cooking journey. Maybe you are into cooking, and then you can start writing about your experience, how one vegetable makes the whole meal, superb.
What is that there? What is that there? What is that? We haven't sent an nutrient!
The subject of matter, it can be anything that you want it to be. So back then, when it had to come to journaling, it was strictly done over a book, which they called it book journaling. But in today's time, we're in the digital era, and you can use your phone to journal, which they call digital journaling. Using your phone, your PC, your laptop, tablet, etc., anything that is digital, whereby you can type, you can make that your journal. You have to be secure about it, because if you are careless about where you keep your journal, then you might expose yourself, because journaling is something that is actually personal, which takes us to the next part that I would like to talk about. The cons of journaling are, I found this on the blog. As much as journaling is good, it can also be bad, because what you write about and how you write about it is actually important. Negative writing, guys, is not a good thing for journaling, because when you journal, it's a way of relaxing the mind. I'm speaking for myself, or maybe for you as well, because the moment you start writing negatively, you are actually enforcing those thoughts onto you, and maybe they might affect your self-esteem, how you view yourself, or most importantly, your confidence. The benefits decrease as the quantity increases. What he meant there is that, like, the more you journal and you forget to live your own life, you are actually depriving yourself of living a good life and taking those moments and putting them in whatever journal you are into. Journal responsibly. Like, too much of something is not good. And then another thing, overthinking is a thing that we have, but then whereby you get to overthink simple solutions is a problem in journaling. This is whereby you take the littlest thing and then now you try to analyze it overly. Let's say you had a friend encounter, and then that friend said something, and then now you are overthinking what they said, which the better thing you could have done is, instead of you journaling and thinking for them, you could just like go ahead and ask them, yo, what did you mean by this? Your journals should be private. So privacy is actually a priority. Well, it depends on the type of journal you're into. For people who actually write journals as a sense of, it's a private thing, then make sure that you hide that information, because once it is, you don't know what people are thinking. What if that person decides to use that information against you? And then the last and not least, the biggest con about journaling is not allowing yourself to live your life the way it's supposed to be lived. What I mean by this is that, for example, let's say we go to a fun fair. I don't know if they still exist, but then let's say you guys go to a fun fair and then you get there. Now, immediately when you get there, you want to whip out your journal and write everything that you see. No. Journaling should be something that you do when you have already lived a certain part of your life. Not that you should always be recording every single moment you're living in. No. I think also journaling is a sense of you allowing yourself to record a moment that you experienced and write it in the later stages in your life and be like, oh, I remember on this day I was with this person and this person, we did this, and then you write down the whole experience. Don't write the experience before you experience it, guys. Allow yourself to live life. In order for you to record that, you have to live it. Scientific evidence shows journaling improves mental and physical health by reducing stress, enhancing emotional regulation, boosting cognitive function, and strengthening the immune system. Studies indicate journaling can lower blood pressure, decrease doctor visits for stress-related illnesses, improve memory retention, and even accelerate physical healing. These benefits stem from the process of expressive writing, which helps individuals organize self-experiences, develop self-awareness, and manage difficult emotions. What are the benefits of journaling? If there's a whole list of things you can journal about, we are all different, so not all of us will have the same benefit, right? So the first benefit that has been stated is that it deepens self-discovery, whereby you personally, as the one who's writing, you get to ask yourself questions that, not many people would ask, and I think it's done best whereby you, in your calmest moment of your life, just sit down, journal it, and then ask yourself questions about yourself to find out what works for you and what doesn't. It may help in reducing stress, because, the more thoughts you have in your mind and you're keeping them in, don't bottle your thoughts up. That is another benefit. It reduces that stress of bottling things up. The third one is that you get to have space from negative thoughts. So as I started this video, I mentioned that, I got to realize what works for me and what doesn't work for me, what thought is important and what thought is not important. So the next benefit is that you get a better way or a new way of processing your own emotions. Regarding people who are emotional, you can benefit a way of like analyzing your own emotions and understanding what makes you feel a certain way and how can you make yourself feel better. The last and not least benefit that actually applies to me, it actually, upgraded my life a bit, maybe by 2%, I don't know, which is it helps you to know your next step. Journaling has helped me figure out my next step. What is the most important thing to do and what is the least important thing to do? I mean, I have a lot of thoughts in one day. They get to pile up and then at the end of the day, I'm like, oh man, I could have done this, I could have done that, I could have done that, I could have done that. But then even if I could have done them, which one would have been the most important? And will I even have time to do all of them? Journaling has helped me. I finally learned how to digest my thoughts, allowing me to have a clearer mind. To add on, it gave me a chance to know myself internally and better than how I was 4 years ago. I got to answer my own personal questions that no one would dare ask without confidence. On the least personal side, I got to track my way of living and how I could improve it, such as having a list of what matters to me and what does not. But I'm not perfect, as there is room for improvement in other avenues of life. Yes, I do recommend this as a hobby, but do not forget that it will take time And don't forget to enjoy the little benefits that come with it.